Hi there, it's Bruce from Argo Yachting. Today you join me back on board the Galeon 560 Fly. A couple of months ago we did a full tour of this particular boat, but today we thought we would take you through some of the mechanical and electrical features that are fitted to the 560 Fly, helping to demonstrate some of the innovation and build quality that Galeon are able to offer us now. So let's now go and take a look at the engine room. Actually, before we start, it's worth noting that this boat has a proper rear access door to the engine room, which is something on a boat of 56 feet is not always available or possible. It has dual access, so you have a ladder which gives you emergency access from the cockpit, but ideally you can come through the crew cabin from the stern into the engine room, which is really nice. As you can see, there's loads of space in here and everything is very accessible, which is really important as an owner. As you start to use the boat, not saying that you need to be a mechanic, but it's good to be able to check for obvious things that might be a problem. There's plenty of access to the bilges here. You can walk through this really nice checker plate floor and see right down underneath the sumps of both engines. And while we're talking about the engines, these are twin D13 900 horsepower Volvos, the larger option on this model. But as you can see, there's still plenty of room, and they are also handed. So you've got access for engine filler, oil filler, sorry, here, and dipsticks for both engines. Oil fillers in the middle and dipsticks either side. Outboard of the engines, you've got two 1100 litre stainless steel fuel tanks. These are made by Galeon themselves. They have their own stainless steel fabrication plant. So they are designed and manufactured to fit exactly in the space available. A really nice feature, very clean installation. And then if I turn around to face forward, you can see the main electrical distribution. So on the starboard side, we have the 24 volt system, and on the port side, we have the 230 volt system. And then in the middle, we have all the connections and solenoids for the batteries. So right outboard is a Victron Energy smart charging system. And so that provides power to the boat, power to the batteries once the shore power is connected, and that is self-managing, so you don't need to do anything with it. It will just charge the batteries, both engine and domestic, as required. This box here is the main breaker box, junction box. So if there was a problem with any of the 24 volt systems, like maybe the Ray Marine equipment or the toilet pumps or shower pumps, and the pump wasn't working, you can come down here. You can clearly see if one of the breakers has tripped. Maybe there was a blockage or something and it's tripped the breaker, so you can reset it very quickly and easily here. And it's worth noting also how well lit the whole space is, so it's really workable. And then on the port side, you've got the 240 volts, so that's things like your domestic sockets, microwave, air conditioning systems. Again, same, if you've got problems, you can come down here, see which breaker has tripped and reset it very quickly. In the middle, we have the Fireboy extinguisher system. Hopefully it's never needed, but it's there. It's an automated system. It also can be manually deployed from the helm station. And then beneath me on the floors, you can lift these floor plates to access things like the seacocks for both the engines. And then as we work our way back through into the central part, you can get really good access to the water strainers. So if you're collecting any leaves or anything from the water, you can clearly see on the top whether the basket inside is full and needs to be removed. So you can switch the seacock off and then take the lid off here, and the same for the port engine over there. Okay, so let's take a look at the aft section of the engine room. As you can see, plenty of space to walk around in this section. First thing we can look at is the 15 kVA generator. It's the larger option on this particular model, and that is because we've got a Seakeeper 9 fitted for stabilisation. We've also got the full air conditioning system, so it needs the bigger Jenny, but it's really conveniently placed. It has its own insulated box, which is removable easily from here. and so for servicing, no problem. The engine room itself, as you can see with all of this boarding here all the way around, is fully insulated. So with all that, it makes for quite a quiet operation at deck level. Right over in the port corner, you can see you've got an extraction system, and the same over on the other side. Below that, we've got the water-chilled Webasto Blue Cool V Series air conditioning chiller, and then you've got separate units for each of the cabins. But the main pump, saltwater pump, is here. Again, very accessible, as is the water strainer for the generator, all just behind here. Above us, hot water tank, very simple, not really much to say here, but again, accessible if there's any problems. And then lastly, we've got the Opakmar hydraulic pump, and this is for the Passerelle. So we'll go outside and demonstrate that now. Okay, so you join me now in the cockpit entrance on the port side, and right next to the steps we have the control panel for the Opakmar Passerelle, and also the control panel for the bathing platform, which will pick up 500 kilos and is powered by an H&B Technics pump. So first of all, let's demonstrate the letterbox Passerelle, and as you can see, using the one-touch button, you have 3 sections of the Passerelle which will extend over 3 meters. Once it's fully extended, you can then adjust the height up or down depending on the height of the key that you're trying to get to. So we'll just let that fully extend. That's first section out, then push the button again, and we then get sections 2 and 3. And at the same time, the stanchion and guard rope will automatically deploy. There we go. Okay, so this makes a really stable platform for getting on and off the boat. It can also be used as a diving board. And the one thing to remember is that this needs to work in conjunction with your tender. This boat will take a 285 Williams jet tender or a 325. If you use the bigger of those 2 tenders, you need to be very careful about the positioning of that tender so it doesn't obstruct the Passerelle. So we'll put the Passerelle back now and then quickly show you how the platform lowers into the water. So again, very simple operation, could be done by remote control. And one last thing worth mentioning is that when you do retract it, if the Passerelle was angled up slightly, it would self-level before it attempts to return into the letterbox. As you can see, very simple. So let's drop the platform. We're a little bit confined in the space here in the marina, but as you can see, as the platform, it takes it away from the boat and deploys the ladder or steps, which often isn't the case with a lot of boats with high-low platforms. You end up with just one step below the deck level, whereas here you've got a really nice set of steps. And the platform will deploy to around 3/4 of a metre below the waterline. This means that if you had a Williams or another tender of any description on the platform, it will have now floated off. But this is a really great feature to be able to walk down. I won't do it today because I've got my shoes on, but you could actually swim off this platform. So people say to us, are all these features really usable? The answer is yes. This combined with the balconies, the innovation that Galeon offer really is second to none. So just to summarise, just a short video today on some of the technical features on the 560, but also worth remembering that any boat purchased from Argo Yachting has a 5-year warranty. And a 5-year service plan is also available for boats ordered to the end of 2025. If you like this video, please subscribe. More details can be found at argoyachting.com.